Do you know where the South Bay of Los Angeles is? Well, this week we're going to be going over all those cities within that area and where you might want to move to. What's up, everybody? I'm CheyneInman, a local real estate agent here in Southern California, specifically helping people move to the South Bay of Los Angeles. And so if that's you and you're thinking of moving here, be sure to reach out. I love to hear from people and help them get started in their home search. You can call or text or email me anytime. And in this channel, we kind of go over everything within the South Bay and community and outdoors. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you're notified every time we put out a new video. And so this week we're going to be looking at the South Bay, all the cities that kind of go into that, and they all kind of border each other and have different styles of living and different things about them. And so thought we'd look at that and just kind of get a feel for what might be a good fit for you if you're moving here and what city might be a better fit within the community of what you're looking for. And be sure to check out the end of the video as we'll be doing a tour of a home currently on the market in Torrance, California. So yeah, with that, let's get started. So I grew up in Northern California, and people from outside of California probably think, okay, California is all the same. But in actuality, I feel like Northern California versus Southern California are very drastically different. And I kind of grew up with the idea of Southern California as, busy downtown, overpopulated, and not somewhere I really wanted to be. And it was honestly a big part of not knowing the area and not knowing about the specific area of the South Bay. I had no idea that the towns like Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, Torrance even existed. I kind of thought of Southern California as Long Beach, downtown, Santa Monica, and then just kind of the busy inner city areas. So I really didn't know about this little area in the South Bay that exists. And I think a lot of people that move here haven't really heard of it before moving here as well. And so today I thought we'd kind of go over those areas and what, might make it a good fit for you and how every little city within here is so drastically different. I have a lot of people, when I'm showing them homes, they start their search and they're like, oh, what city is probably the best one for me, or where do I want to be? And they're not really looking at what their criteria of what they need in a home is. They're looking more at what the location is. And I think it's really important to figure out what that criteria is that's important to you, because that home may not exist in your price range in the city that you're looking at. So, for instance, Redondo Beach has 2 on a lot in a lot of areas in North Redondo townhomes. So if you're not wanting to be very close to your neighbor, you're wanting a big backyard, North Redondo might not be somewhere you're looking. Then you've got Torrance, where maybe you're getting a little bit bigger backyard, but maybe you're getting a smaller interior space, or it's an older home that hasn't been as updated. So you got to figure out what your priorities are and what's important in your search criteria, and that's going to kind of help figure out what city is going to be best for you. So the first thing to think about is style of home. And it's going to be different based on your price range, because, if your style of home is, let's say, newer and modern, and you also want to live in Manhattan Beach, you could be looking at a home for $5 million. But let's say you're looking at a newer, updated home and you're looking in East Torrance, and maybe it's $800,000. So it's really a matter of what the key components are in the style of home that you're looking for that's going to be important. And so, as I mentioned, North Redondo may have more townhome styles. So if you're looking for a more updated, newer home with a bigger interior space and you don't care as much about a backyard or being close to neighbors, North Redondo could be a good spot. Or let's say you want to be really close to the beach. Well, then West Torrance or Redondo Beach or Hermosa Beach or Manhattan Beach could be good options. It's just a matter of, within your price range, what are kind of the key details that you need. So let's say you really want a big home, Hermosa Beach might not be a great spot, because Hermosa Beach just in general is not very large of a town in itself. So but let's say you just really like that smaller feel, beach life, Hermosa could be a good option. Manhattan Beach could be a good option. Redondo Beach, as you're going south, you're right on the water. So every town kind of borders one another. You've got Hermosa Beach, where you're right on the cusp of Manhattan Beach, cross over the street and all of a sudden you're in Manhattan Beach. Or Redondo Beach, you could cross over and be in West Torrance. Or as you get further east, the kind of get blended together with Gardena and Lawndale. And then let's say you go further south and you're into Palos Verdes. So as I mentioned, they're all very close knit, and you're driving along and you're in one city and then you're in another city, but each one of those cities is drastically different, and they're all going to have something different to offer. So for instance, Palos Verdes might be something that you're looking for a great view, you're looking to be close to the ocean, you're looking to have a lot of space indoor and outdoor. Maybe it's not as new and updated as you would be looking for. It just kind of depends on your price range and what you can afford as to how new and how updated and how large of an area it can be. And so it's just balancing what your needs are with your price range. So the next thing to think about with moving to the South Bay is proximity to the beach versus proximity to the freeways. If your job needs you to be getting up into downtown, then you might want to be living closer to the freeways. If you're moving here just to have the lifestyle of being by the beach, it's going to come at a little bit higher price. And so that's something to think about. For instance, let's look at Torrance. You've got West Torrance, you're within a mile to the beach, and then you've got like East Torrance, where you're closer to freeways. It's a little bit more affordable. You might get, like I said, a little bit newer and more updated home in that area, and you might be closer to the freeways if that's something you need. But if you want to be closer to the beach, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And so within every town, it's going to be that way. So Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, they all have beach in the name. So they're going to be a little bit more expensive as a whole in those areas. And then, like I said, Torrance gives you an option of being kind of closer to the beach in the West Torrance and South Torrance area. Then you've got North Torrance and just downtown Torrance that are a little bit more inland. And then, for instance, like Palos Verdes, you've got all that coastline, you've got great views, and whether or not your home has a view is going to be paying a difference in the price, and then just the amount of space and land that you're getting in that area. And so it's just something to think about. The closer you get to the beach, the more expensive it gets. And if your necessity is not the beach or it's not a view, then it's going to give you a little bit more options for having a little bit larger or more updated home. Another thing to think about when moving to the South Bay is the community that you're looking for. If you're looking for a small beach town feel in that community, Manhattan Beach or Hermosa Beach is going to be a good option for you. If you're looking for more of a large town, then Torrance or Palos Verdes might be a little bit better option. Palos Verdes, you are a little bit set back further. You're kind of off the beaten path. And so, if you're somebody that likes to be close to a Costco or, big, just different types of stores and restaurants and things, Palos Verdes might be a little bit too far out for you, whereas Torrance might give you the options of, different types of stores, different types of restaurants, busier streets, but smaller neighborhoods as well. Manhattan Beach is going to give you that more beach town kind of feel. Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, you're going to get a little bit of both because, as I mentioned, Redondo Beach curls up north and you're a little bit more inland and you get more shops, more businesses, and then down along the strand towards South Redondo, you're getting more of that beach life feel. So figuring out what type of community you're really looking for is something that's important when looking at what city you'd be really interested in moving to here. And the next thing to think about when moving to the South Bay is just the type of outdoor activities you like to do. If you're the type of person who wants to be able to walk to the beach, then you're going to need to be by Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach. If you're somebody who likes to go hiking, you might like Palos Verdes. You've got some great horse trails. If you have horses, then Palos Verdes is also going to be a good option. If you have a lot of pets, Palos Verdes is going to give you a little bit more space. Let's say you are looking for something where you've got a little bit of a lot of different options. Maybe you want places that you can take the kids for activities like soccer practice and gymnastics and different, jump houses I've mentioned in other videos. You might be looking more at like Redondo or Torrance, and then let's say you just want a little bit of mixture of both. Then all the areas here, they're not too far from each other, so you can kind of spend the day out in Palos Verdes going for a hike, and then hit up the beach the next day, go play volleyball, go spend the day surfing. So there's a lot to do within the South Bay, and certain towns are going to definitely lend more to being close to certain activities. Like I said, Palos Verdes, you've got a lot of trails, but that's not to say you can't drive out there and park and go visit all those trails. All right, and the last thing I thought we'd go over is the views. And so the views in the South Bay make a huge difference in pricing. You've got the Hollywood Riviera section of Torrance that has some great views. You've got Palos Verdes with some huge cliffs and views. The higher up you go, obviously, the better the view. And then you've got Manhattan Beach and Hermosa Beach and Redondo, where you've got some, views just because you're so close to the beach. But it's something to think about. If a view is important to you, you may have to go with kind of an older style home if it's not within your price range, or it may just bump up your price range quite a bit. And so kind of to go into that further, I thought we'd look at a home currently here on the market in Torrance, California. So this one is in the Hollywood Riviera, and yes, it's a nice, updated, beautiful home. And so the one major thing about this home is it has an amazing view, and so kind of goes along with today's video. And so yeah, let's check it out. Thanks for checking out the video today. I am CheyneInman, and like I said, if you are moving to the South Bay and you'd like help with your search, I would be happy to get on a call and go over what you're looking for. Just give me a call or text anytime.